where do I even begin? So the Challenge Family Championship is going to be the biggest challenge in terms of triathlon racing. It's the biggest competition I'm going to have raced in, long course especially, because obviously I've got the Commonwealth Games and Island Games that I've done in the past, which have been incredible and obviously massive in scale. But this is going to be the biggest long course competition that I've ever done. Yeah, it's going to be competitive, it's going to be good. I am looking forward to it, but as you'll see throughout this video, it's not quite going to be going as I originally planned. My time out here in Slovakia and Bratislava has been pretty good so far. When I say pretty good, like, I've gotten all the stuff that I need to get done. However, Komoot did me dirty on the first day of cycling.
I wasn't really sure what was going on here and I couldn't really see the road in front of me, but turns out there's a river there and on this cycle path. It was so glassy. Wasn't really sure what was going on. I think it's flooded. It's over there as well. Turn around for me.
Thought, oh, this is going to be great. It's going to take me on some scenery or scenic routes. It did, but it hadn't accounted for the fact that there's been a shed ton of rain over the past couple of weeks. And there was a lot of damp roads, like kind of sheddy or shitty surfaces, and lakes in the road. So yeah, I think it was not ideal for my new bike. It got absolutely stinking. I've now cleaned it and sorted it out, but yeah, no, not ideal in the slightest.
I've completely messed this up. I'm now in the middle of nowhere. I can't get back to where my accommodation is because there's like an overpass over there and I can't get up onto it. There's no steps or anything like that. And it would take me a really long way around, and now I'm just going to go and scoot through this little, well, train track. Hope that there's not going to be any trains, and then I'm going to go down there and hope that it pops me out on a main road.
However, the swimming's been good. There's a pool just up the road. I kind of planned my accommodation accordingly so that there is a pool nearby so that I can get in, get the swims done easily. And running similarly, like I can just run up and down the canal. So yeah, perfect for that.
Oh, I've literally been putting off this run all morning. It's now almost 9:20. I've been up since before 7. I'm dressed now, so might as well get it done with, but been doing anything and everything to not do this prep run, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'll get back to you later.
Got my prep run done really nicely up and down the canal, nice flat, solid asphalt, and yeah, no, I felt good. I felt really good, so I think everything is in good shape. It just depends what happens on race day. So first things first, the course. The course is pretty good. Like, I was really looking forward to it. The swim is up the Danube River, Canal River. But anyway, so it's up the river, it's pretty much in a straight line, and then you do a U-turn and back into the transition area, sort of swim exit, whatever you want to call it. So pancake flat, like mill pond sort of scenario, not much moving water at all. So yeah, it was going to be really quick. That now looks like it's not going to happen because the water temperature is pretty Baltic. It's under 12 degrees at the moment. I'm really hoping that it's going to warm up and we actually get to swim, because the alternative, which I will go through in a bit, is a run or a duathlon, but it's not quite what you think. But anyway, going back to the swim. The swim, I was hoping to kind of have a good swim, get out towards the pointy end, and then get on the bike in a smaller group and yeah, be towards the sharp end of the race for the majority of the ride. Whether or not that comes to fruition, we'll see. It might still happen, because we might get a shortened swim of 750 meters, because World Triathlon kind of standards, yes, it's there for health and safety, but I don't know. Like, in my opinion, if you're getting in the water, you might as well do the full thing, because you're not going to be getting that much colder. In fact, you'll probably like stay warm because you're swimming hard. You're not, if you're getting in, you're getting in, do you know what I mean? Like, you're going to be cold getting out of the water no matter what, if that's the case. So yeah, if it's going to be shortened because it's that cold, you might as well just not get in. But anyway, I prefer to get in the water. That's not what I'm saying. I prefer a swim, because the alternative is a run, and it's a run on grass. And literally, I have no idea why they can't solve something or sort out a solution whereby we're running on asphalt, or even something like slightly more solid, because the grass is basically just a mown field which they're going to put us on and run 7k potentially on it, and my little floppy ankles aren't going to deal well with that at all. Like, I was already kind of umming and ahhing about the run course that's going to be, because it's like not just asphalt, it's on mixed terrain, so not ideal for me. But either way, I'm just going to have to try and send it on the first run, if it is a run, and then send it on the bike and see what happens. That might be worth tuning into. I'll put the link down below, but just to see if I can make it to the front of the field, even if I've got a bit of a deficit on that first run. Anyway, it all seems like a little bit of a shambles. Like, we had the athlete briefing just before, and they don't really know what's going to happen. And like, fair play to them, they're trying to put out fires, they're trying to sort out the situation, because it's not what anyone wants, and everyone wanted what was planned. And us kind of like triathlete types, and with the personalities that we have, we don't cope well with change. We have to completely reconfigure what we're expecting from the race, what we planned for the race. Like, we don't train for a duathlon. We're not duathletes, we're triathletes. Like, it's completely different. It's going to completely change the dynamic of the race. The ones that would potentially be put out of the race early on in the swim, like separated and potentially like out of the line of 20-meter gaps, and getting a little bit of help from drafting being taken away by the front of the race, are now going to be in the race. Like, the good runners could potentially be put in the race from having a run earlier on. And yes, I still think that the good runners are going to prevail, or good triathletes are going to prevail, because at the end of the day, you have to be an all-rounder. You have to be good at all three, or the best at all three. So I don't think the top three are going to change necessarily. But it does put like anyone between 3 and 15th, the whole order could change. I mean, I half expected to be towards the front end of the race after the swim, and now I'm going to be fighting back to the front of the race from potentially mid-pack or further back, I don't know. I mean, let's see how it pans out. I could just go really deep and not be too far back from the front, depending on how fast they go. But I don't cope well on grassy surfaces, so yeah, we'll see. I'll do my best, obviously, but that's maybe 2 or 3 races out of 3 or 4 races of challenge that have now had their swims cancelled or shortened. Like, it's a bit of a shame for the brand, it's a bit of a shame for my racing, because yeah, like, obviously there's the whole, you're trying to put yourself out there, you're trying to put yourself out there for sponsors, for yourself, trying to get like higher up in the rankings, and now it's completely shunted. And there's nothing they can do about it, I guess. Like, they could still put on the swim, but then if someone gets hypothermia, yeah, okay, they could be liable. I'd be keen to give it a crack, but not everyone. Like, it doesn't suit everyone, does it? Like, some people might be saying, hey, it's way too cold. Like, obviously, it's like people with less body mass might get a little bit colder, and they are also the ones that would be wanting to do the duathlon. But yeah, no, it's just not what I came here for. But we'll see what they do on the day. Like, we get a bit of an update maybe tomorrow or the day of or an hour before or something as to the water temperature, and therefore whether or not it's a duathlon or a shortened swim. Like, it's almost definitely not going to be the 1900 metre swim that was meant to be. They've said that already, so yeah. Anyway, the apartment is great. I've had a good time since I've been here. I've prepped the best I can. So yeah, just tune in on the day, have a giggle at what goes down, because it's going to be a completely different race to what I thought it was going to be. You might see me coming through the field, you might see me just munching on pedals and not going anywhere. Who knows? But either way, I'll be trying my best to work my way back to the front. Tune in to watch me have a crack at that. And yeah, hopefully you get a bit of footage of that and you enjoy the effort. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.